Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Beach Boss. I am your co-host or bossette, Michelle Yu, and joining me is the founder and managing partner of the Little Red Feather Racing Club, one of my favorite people, and I would normally say like one of the cutest guys in horse racing, but not today, and that is Billy Koch. What is this?
I've been growing.
It's so ugly.
And it's kind of fun. It's different. It's almost Movember, Michelle. I don't know if you know that. So just kind of a different look, trying to look and feel, and you hate it. So it might
I don't
be
like it. I know you got that from all those college guys that were sleeping on your floor. I know.
did. They look good in the mustache. You might be right. I maybe I'll take it off today.
It's like you have it so narrow too. It's like
that's how it grows.
It's so ugly. Oh no. I don't want to see. All right.
We got a great guest. It's our buddy. It's our buddy.
Yes, our guest today is Peter Thomas Fornatale, going to be joining us here on Beach Boss. Just in case you guys haven't been playing along, I don't know where you've been for the entire summer, but Beach Boss, basically we pick one race a week. We have a $100 bankroll, and we see who comes out on top. Now, generally it has been Billy, although Andy Biancone did get our visitors on the board. So Pete, I would have told you before, like there's no pressure that no one's won, but now Andy has. So you do have some pressure. Are you prepared to take on the Beach Bosses?
I'm ready, guys. I mean, let's be honest. When it comes to studying form, I feel like I can stand toe to toe with anybody. I'm not going to be intimidated by your winning streak. What Andy started last week, I'm going to finish today.
What about my mustache? Is that intimidating to you?
That's not fair. He's got like.
I like it. I'm getting some serious, Hawaii Five-0 kind of vibes, maybe a little Tom Skerritt action. I think you've got to keep it through the end of the meet. Don't be bullied by Michelle.
Okay, good. Thank you, PTF. We appreciate it. We appreciate all you do.
Why are you paying Nan to get his height?
Whoa.
Say that again.
Goodness. All right, so I don't know if it's mustache related. It doesn't need to be spoken. But if you guys don't know who PTF is, he is the founder of the In the Money Media Network. Him and Jonathan Kinchin, JK, they do all kinds of pods and monster pods, and he hosts with Sky Sports. And I mean, literally, like this is what they sent me for his resume. I was like, this is so crazy. I can't talk about this. We only have 15 minutes. So
and the owner's box, no?
The what?
The owner's box, our show.
That's right.
He it's not really syndicate, but you're kind of like syndicating our show, right? Is it syndicate? I don't even know.
We
distribute.
We try to help out. Yeah, I mean, look, In the Money Media, we try to cover every corner of horse racing, from breeding and sales to the ownership side to lots of content for horse players, harness racing, Spanish language content. If you're interested in horse racing, you should check us out, inthemoneypodcast.com, or look for the In the Money Media feed wherever you get your podcast. There will be something for you, unless you don't like horse racing, in which case, I can't help you.
Now, Pete, tell us where you're at exactly. I know you're at the spa, but that's not a view I'm familiar with.
We're up on the roof here. This is where, briefly, the show that they used to do, the TV show they do from here, they had a little setup here, and it's been abandoned more or less. So it's one of the only places at the track where you don't get a lot of extracurricular noise. So I've been doing some broadcasting up here for our own horse player happy hour show and also for Sky Sports Racing. So I figured if it was good enough for the Brits, it's good enough for Del Mar. And
Let's see the view. Hang off that.
Yeah, we can give you the panorama here. So
that's my favorite place on earth.
It looks a lot cooler where Pete is right now, though.
The minute you left, Billy, the weather got so good. And today, one of the 3 days of the summer where the Saratoga weather is actually better than Del Mar.
Might be.
Well, how do you know?
I still have the beach 90 seconds away, so I'm good.
You guys were complaining about how hot it was. It's, I think, about 75 here, sunny, no humidity, just amazing. Now, I don't think it's going to last for the rest of Labor Day weekend, but, we're here and we're having fun. I love Del Mar, too. I try to be Switzerland when it comes to those type of arguments. But I am a property owner up here in Saratoga Springs. So
now let me tell you, when I was there last week for the very first time ever, I went paddle boarding. I've never paddle boarded before, but I was in the middle of the lake, and like the lake was glass, and I was just like paddle boarding to heaven. And we jumped in the lake, and I'm like, this is so much better than the ocean. Because when I got out, I didn't have
You were
Sand.
in the middle in the infield is where you were paddling.
No, in the middle of Lake Lonely.
Picture it didn't happen, Michelle. But we want to see you.
I might have a pic. I know Zoe videoed me because she thought I was going to fall. And for sure, if I fell, she wanted to have like video. Oh, here's me. Okay.
That would have gone viral for sure.
There she is.
Man, you look awesome.
Wow.
That looks great.
Beautiful shot.
That's gorgeous.
Right?
Like a screensaver.
So I really was there. All right, well, we're not talking about vacation, you guys. So beach board.
What are we talking about?
You have to get about horse racing, right? So basically, again, you get a $100 bankroll to use mythically and win, place, and show wagers only in the race of our choosing. If you're playing at home, you can log on to dmtc.com/contests, and you can play every day. Now, with the plethora of races on today's amazing Pacific Classic card, it was going to be hard to try to select a race because there were some really good. There's a 10-horse maiden race. There's a couple of nice allowances. We ended up going to the nightcap here. So if you are playing along, you'll have to wait to the end of the day to see how we do. So it's race number 11, the Del Mar Handicap. It's a 1 3/8 turf race. So this is going to be challenging for everybody except for Billy because he has a horse. And Billy, I'll let you go first because you kind of have to pick your horse, right? But this is how you got into the lead in the first place.
I don't have to do anything. There's no rules. This is not a contest.
There is a rule.
There's not a contest. However, I am going to pick my horse anyway. Gold Phoenix, I'm going to bet across the board. I'm going to bet 20 to win, 30 to place, and 50 to show on Gold Phoenix. So that if I just get nosed out or get unlucky, I still cash. Let me just tell you guys a couple of facts. Phil D'Amato, the trainer of Gold Phoenix, who has 4 horses in here, has won this race like 32 straight times. And in fact, Little Red Feather has won this race with Red King, who we no longer own, but that was 2 years ago. And then Fashion Business 4 years ago. So 2 of the last 4 runnings have been won by Little Red Feather and Phil D'Amato. Who do we run today? Gold Phoenix. Had a lot of trouble last time when he was beaten by Greg Dar that day. Has a significant rider upgrade. With all due respect to Kyle Frey, we have Flavian Pratt today, who's one of if not the best in the business. You're getting 6 to 1 odds. I think the odds might even go up on Gold Phoenix.
That would be awesome.
That's where I land. I will say this, and I'm allowed to kind of just give you an overlook of a 30,000 foot view of this field. I think Masterpiece comes into this race really well. That Eddie Reed he ran was excellent. He will be the favorite. He's a deserving favorite. I think after him, it gets wide open. And I would throw, I don't necessarily like the horses that were run on dirt into turf. I think this is a turf specialty race, but I think that you look to D'Amato next, who is the leading. I think he's second in the trainer standings right now. Dominates on the grass. He has Master of Foxhounds, Gold Phoenix, Greg Dar, and Red King. And I think that's where this race goes through. But we're going to stick with our own horse, Gold Phoenix, for the win.
I like it. I love the rider upgrade to Flavian, and I hope that the price gets better as well. Pete, I will let you go next. Age before beauty is what they say. So tell me how you spent your Hunsky.
I went very simple here. I just went on the nose with a horse I think is kind of a win or run out type. I wanted to pick Billy's horse, Gold Freakin' Phoenix. Can't believe he doesn't even know the name of his own horse properly. But I decided I was torn between that one, the favorite, and the one I ended up going with, Master of Foxhounds, who I thought ran just a huge race in the Reed, winning the pace battle, ultimately losing the war. I thought might have an opportunity either to lead here or perhaps stalk Tis a Magician, setting more even fractions, and can maybe go a little bit better today. I just put it all on the nose, Master of Foxhounds to win. We'll see if this horse can do a little bit better without having such a searching pace up front.
All right, Pete, all in on Master of Foxhounds there for the victory. I spread my money out like usual, guys. Now, I'm the only one that did put money on Masterpiece, so I am 25 win plays on Masterpiece. I agree with you, Billy. I thought his Eddie Reed was really good. And then I've got a whole bunch of money for place. I put Tis a Magician, $20 to place. He is trying turf for the first time, and Billy poo-pooed my dirt to turf horses. And I agree, he might not be a turf horse, doesn't have a turf pedigree, but I think that distance sometimes can be a great equalizer, and 1 3/8 I think is certainly up his alley. So I used a majority of money on him. And then you mentioned the D'Amato effect, Red King, Gold Phoenix, Master of Foxhounds, all of those a little bit to place as well. I know Red King just loves this distance. And he's looked really good to me working lately. And then I had to use Gold Phoenix because of the upgrade to Flavian and the fact that he just knocks on the door so often that I felt like he was certainly going to place in here, and didn't want to talk anybody off Master of Foxhounds as well. So my money is not as big if Gold Phoenix or Master of Foxhounds does win. You guys beat me out, but I got some coverage other places that might help me in the long run.
Always coverage, always coverage. Pete, I will say I have seen Master of Foxhounds work recently. He's working very, very well for this. And you are right about the pace scenario. He might want to go this far, and he should be one of the ones that's in position when they turn for home and won't have to pass a lot of horses.
Has the blood for it, that's for sure. Do you guys think that Tiz the Magician will be sent hard for the lead, or do you think with Mike Smith up, a more conservative approach might be in the offing and Master of Foxhounds could get loose?
Oh, I think that he's going to go the front. I don't think it needs to be a hard send. I think he'll just naturally take him there.
That sounds right.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. With
right.
That. And I think Tango has speed too. I think this is going to be a legit fair pace in here. I don't think they're going to fall.
So that's our race for the feature. But since we have like 4 minutes, I just want to talk about our showpiece race of the entire meet, the Crown of Del Mar. And that is the Grade 1 Pacific Classic, $1 million on the line. And arguably the most popular horse in the nation running in here in Flightline. Everyone wants to know, can he get the distance? So real quick, you guys, 2 minutes each. Give me a quick synopsis on the Pacific Classic.
Go ahead, Pete.
I am obviously, as so many horse racing fans are, a big fan of Flightline. And I think that even at what the minuscule odds are going to be, there are a couple of things that make me just want to single and move on with life anyway. One is the toughness he showed the last day in the Met Mile. This was a horse that I was 100% sure how he'd do in a scramble. One of those horses who was so talented that I thought maybe when challenged, we'd see if he could take a punch. Well, he showed he could take a punch in the Met Mile. And then there's the fact that this horse, who I had thought from some of his previous bits of work earlier in his career, you could maybe see a little bit why he ran by appointment only, as we say. I thought he's just looked never better. And gosh, I mean, if he's going to really put a peak effort out and the way he moves, I don't think the 1.25 miles is going to be any issue. I don't think the 2 turns are going to be any issue. I think it'll be a bit of a coronation tonight in the Pacific Classic. That's how I see it. Eager to hear your guys' thoughts as well.
I'm rooting for Flightline and our good friends, the Hronis family and West Point and everybody involved. I think he is just an absolute monster. If you look at the workout reports, he's A's everywhere. Couldn't be doing any better. But that's my but. For gambling's sake, I will not be using him. I will be trying to beat him with Country Grammar, Royal Ship, maybe a little Express Train, because if you beat Flightline in a late pick 4 or a late pick 5, no matter who wins the other races, you are going to get paid. So for me, my strategy is, if I'm going to use some low price horses, and if you look at the screen, Balnikov is right there. That's one of our horses in the Del Mar Derby today. He's likely going to be 5-2, 2-1. You can't use Balnikov and Flightline. Like, it just doesn't make sense from a gambling point of view. So I'm going to try to beat him. I'll probably have one saver ticket with him on it, just with some bombs somewhere along there, just in case you get lucky. But from that standpoint, purely gambling, I think you got to try to beat him. And truthfully, I was there when Darren Go beat Cigar. So things happen. They have to run the race. This horse has to answer a distance question, 2-turn question, and it's not like he's not going to get pace pressure from Extra Hope and Stiletto Boy. You know, they should. Even Express Train has showed speed in the past at some point. I'm not sure they're just going to let him go out there on a lonely lead and roll off 12s. I think there will be some pressure. I think when they turn for home, if he's the wonder horse, super horse that he is, he's going to accelerate and pull away, and he'll likely win. But I say he gets beat.
I mean, look at Jackie's Warrior last week got beat when they threw some pressure at him too, right?
Pressure is the equalizer. And again, it's not like he's done this before. Royal Ship loves 1.25 miles. Country Grammar loves 1.25 miles. They've been there. They've been in the wars.
Also, I felt like it was very sportsmanlike of Bob Baffer, who has an arsenal of horses, to not enter a rabbit type to take it to Flightline.
That's interesting that you said that. Someone asked me that question too, and I didn't have the answer, but I kind of agree with you, Michelle. It is interesting that there isn't someone very fast in there that could go with him or put some pressure on him. So it's going to be a really amazing day at Del Mar. These stakes races, you have the Del Mar Derby, the Pacific Classic, the Del Mar Mile. the Del Mar Handicap, the Shared Belief. It is magical out there today. It's going to be hot. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a great day of racing, and hopefully all of you at home will play alongside of us in the Beach Boss. And Pete, good luck.
Thank you, my friend. I wish
Not
I could
too much.
be in two
Not
places
too much
at once.
luck though.
I wish I could be in two places at once. It's been an incredible meet out there at Del Mar. Great field sizes, great racing. Next year, I'm getting out there for at least a week.
Excellent.
Good.
Train coming by right now to close out our show. So again, thank you so much to our guest this week, Peter Thomas Fornatale. You can catch him at Looms Boldly on Twitter. To my wonderful but suspect partner, Billy at VKLRF. Of course, I'm Michelle Yu at the Michelle Yu on Twitter. Hope to see you guys all. We have one more week left of Beach Boss, so make sure you join us here next week. And thanks for catching up with us this day. And we will wish everybody best of luck at the Pacific Classic today, and of course with our Beach Boss race. See you guys later.
Good luck, guys.